Katie, congratulations on another really good weekend for the Pirates, coming up with wins over Pacific Lutheran and Puget Sound this past weekend. Give us a recap of what you saw out there.
I was really impressed with our team and how we came out. We had a really couple good weeks of practice. I feel like we're continuing to get better, both individually and as a team, and really pushing ourselves. And I saw that this weekend. I thought we just demonstrated a lot of toughness, and ultimately we were just the more consistent team both Friday night and Saturday night. I felt like we went out there and we served tough. We were really aggressive, both defensively and then in our swings offensively. I thought we were just kind of really focused and tuned into what our opponents were doing, and that made a big difference for us.
Talk about the temperament of this team. The last 2 weeks we've seen opponents come in and they're really fired up and they're yelling and chanting and doing all kinds of stuff during warm-ups, where our team is much quieter, much not necessarily calmer, but maybe a quieter intensity.
Right.
How does that benefit us in those situations?
Yeah, I think our girls have kind of figured out what works for them. I think, they're definitely an enthusiastic and an energetic team, but I do think that our success comes from us being focused, and for them to be focused, just kind of not getting too distracted with, a lot of, yelling or cheering or jumping around. I think they just like to focus in on the task at hand. And then during the match, we always try to train them where they're just moving on to that next play. So whether it was an error or a great swing or a great block, you can get excited and you can celebrate, but we still have to win that next point. And I think that's really worked well for us.
We've seen already this season in the conference how quickly things can turn around. And so we go into this week in first place, but 2 important matches against Whitman at home on Wednesday and Friday at George Fox.
Right.
Give us your outlook on these 2 matches.
Yeah, they're going to be really tough matches. Every opponent in our conference right now has proved that they can beat anybody at any time. It's really just about who's playing well that night and who's going to be, the more prepared and consistent team. And so for us, we prepare just as hard, for Whitman or George Fox as we do for any other opponent. And, we're at a place right now where, every match is extremely important, and we don't want to ever overlook any opponent. So, Whitman's going to play us tough. They always do. They have some great players. And then same thing with George Fox. They had a great weekend. They're coming off of a big win. And they have some big-time players that, performed very well against us at home. And I think, this second time around, we're going to see a much tougher, much more consistent Whitman and George Fox team.